Hey guys, Jeramiah of QandA Gaming, and today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do a run-through, a solo playthrough of my favorite game, Mage Knight the board game. So this will be a longer video, but I hope you guys enjoy it. So for this playthrough, we're going to be playing as Krang from the Krang expansion. This is actually the first time I've ever played this character. And we'll be doing the solo conquest with no variants. So let's go ahead and see what we've got for our starting setup here. So here's our starting map. Here we are on the portal. Looks like we've got a labyrinth, a town up here on a hill. We've got a keep, but it's back here behind a wall. There's a double mine over here sitting in the desert. We've got a temple, which I wouldn't mind burning down, honestly. We've got a dungeon, which would also be nice. A magical glade, and looks like some rampaging orc summoners. Here are various offers. We've got some scouts, we've got some magic familiars, which will be nice because I can recruit those in that magic glade we saw earlier. We've got some illusionists, and then the temple is teaching us the art of pathfinding, which is actually a pretty good movement card. In the advanced offers, we've got chivalry, decompose, refreshing walk. The spell offer has offering, demolish, and meditation. I'm using Arithia for the dummy player for this game. She's got some pretty solid skill sets when it comes to things like her blood magic and things like that. Okay, that is our starting setup. And here's our starting hand. Looks like we've got March. We've got Savage Harvesting, which is Krang's, one of his starting cards. Okay, it lets us move and then lets us discard cards to gain crystals. We've got Crystallize and 2 rage cards. Okay, so we've got some solid combat if we can just get somewhere with our movement cards. So this looks like a good setup turn for something to do afterwards. And let's pick our starting tactic. I like to pick, for my starting tactic, Great Start, just because I like drawing cards. I won't pretend to be super good at this game, so let's go ahead and do Great Start. And Arithia, in her infinite wisdom, will pick Mana Steel. The 2 new cards we drew were Concentration and Swiftness. Okay, Arithia's first turn, so we'll reveal 3 cards on the top of her deck. Blue, it does not match any of your crystals, so we're done flipping her cards. Okay, so for our first turn, I think what I want to do is I want to take advantage of these movement cards, and I want to get over to that dungeon where I can really leverage all these attack cards I've drawn here. I really doubt in the dungeon Swiftness will do me any good, but it's extra attack if we can get over there. I think we can go ahead and leverage all of these cards. Well, actually, I could do Concentration with Swiftness, which is a strong combo. But we'll take advantage of our movement cards for now, and we might even use Crystallize in combination with Savage Harvesting. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play Savage Harvesting, powered with gold mana from the source, for move 4, and March for move 2, for a total of move 6. I'll use that 6 movement to go 2, 4, 6. Okay? And along the way, I'm going to discard Crystallize for a blue mana crystal. Let's clean that up. Discard you guys. Draw back up to 5. Our next card is another movement card, Stamina. Oop. Reroll the source. Red. Green. White. Red. That's unfortunate. She's got 2 red crystals. We draw 2 more cards. Okay, back to us. Do we feel strong enough to enter the dungeon? We don't have great block, but entering the dungeon now could potentially get us either an early artifact or an early spell. With the combination of Concentration and Swiftness, we do have Range Attack 5, which is always a very strong combination. You know what? Let's do it. Enter the dungeon. Darkness rules apply. And we get... Oh, geez, what is this thing? This is one of the new expansion monsters. I am using expansions in this game, except for the Shadows of Tezla. So We've got some kind of a shade. He's arcane immune. He's got the thing where if you don't block him, he has 8 armor, and he's using 4 cold fire attack, making it insanely difficult to block him. So the swiftness combo is not going to take him down. Alright guys, here's what we're going to do. So we cannot take this guy out in ranged combat, so we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and take the hit, which is going to be 4 damage. And we've got 2 armor, so we're still level 1. So 4 divided by 2, we're taking 2 wounds. So that's stinks taking this early, but 2 wounds into our hand. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and use a red mana die from the source to play Rage, powered up, giving us 4 attack. And then we'll go ahead and use Concentration, giving us a token of whatever color we want, and we'll get a red mana token. And we'll play our second Rage card, getting us up to 8 damage, and taking this bad boy down. Alright, so we killed him, but it was bloody. We'll go ahead and roll this die for our reward. And green, so we're going to get an artifact. So let's see what the artifacts we have available to us are. Okay, our choice of artifacts are either the Emerald Ring or the Horn of Wrath. The Emerald Ring will give us green mana tokens and green mana crystals, because it's, you know, a nice steady stream of green mana. But the Horn of Wrath gives us siege attack, and yeah, it's pretty powerful, so they had to nerf it, actually, in one of the expansions. So we're going to take the Horn of Wrath. That goes on top of our deck. And this gets discarded. Clean up. Reroll the source. Green. Then on our map, we'll mark this dungeon with a shield because we have conquered it. In addition, we killed this bad boy, so we're going to gain 4 fame. We'll mark it on our tracker. It moves up to level 2, and we can see that we gain a advanced action and a skill. For our advanced action, I'm going to take Chivalry. Nice attack card. And the new card we reveal is Blood Ritual. And Chivalry will go on top of our deck. Skills will gain. Oh, shoot. Okay, for our skill choice, we have the choice of either Arcane Disguise, which will let us gain influence and hide our negative influence, and this combat skill called Battle Frenzy, which I think I'm going to take, because that's pretty powerful. I can use it for 2 damage, or I can use it for 4 damage if I flip the token face down. And then every time I make camp, I can go ahead and flip it back face up. So yeah, we're definitely going to take the free damage, and this will go in the common skill offer. And Arithia contributes to the common skill offer. Ooh, her blood magic. This lets you discard wound tokens for red and black tokens, and regular cards for white and green tokens, so a very powerful skill. Might take that, depending on how many more wounds we take and how much magic we get. Okay, and we've cleaned the rest of this stuff up, so we'll go ahead and draw our Chivalry card. Arithia is going to reveal white, green, white, and she's got 1 white crystal, so there we go. Okay, so with our current hand, we know we had those 2 wounds, and we just drew that stamina movement card. I think I'm going to try to move into this glade while it's still daylight to heal off one of my wounds, and then we know I'm going to draw my Siege Horn because it went on top of the deck, but I couldn't draw it. And we'll go ahead and knock these summoners off their high horse over here. And actually, if we have enough movement, we might even explore out into one of these 2 areas over here as well. Okay, so let's start by playing Stamina, powered with a blue mana from the source, for 4 movement, which will get us into the forest. And we'll go ahead and play Chivalry sideways, because we're not going to need this for our next combat, for 5 movement. So with our 5 movement, we'll move into the glade here, and then we'll explore this tile right here. So there's what we got. And it's going to get lined up. Like so. So we've got a marauding orc. is a pretty generic looking guy here. And the ruins, 2 orcs for all crystal of each color. And we can see that because it's daylight. Okay, so we'll go ahead and end our turn, and we're ending our turn on the magical glade, so we'll get to heal 1 wound. So we'll clean up. And we're on the magic glade, so we can throw away 1 of our wounds. And we'll reroll the die from the source. Oh, gold, that's nice. And we'll draw back up to 5. There's our horn, 3. There's this is Krang's other unique card. It's actually a influence card. And his last card is Determination. Arithia is going blue, green, blue. So we'll have 2 more turns, looks like. Okay, for our turn, we're going to go ahead and take on that orc. So we'll just go ahead and challenge him where we are, because we can easily take him thanks to this powerful artifact we found in the dungeon, the Horn of Wrath. This is an amazing card. So here's the guy we're facing. Oop. He's got 4 armor, he's a summoner, and he's worth 4 fame. So we'll just go ahead and play our Horn of Wrath, giving us siege attack 5. That could potentially wound us, but this card's so powerful. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and play that, and we'll see if we get wounded. We get wounded on a red or black. It's a gold. Okay, so he's defeated. And the Horn of Wrath gets discarded. So this guy's worth 4 fame. And that'll put us from 4 to 8, which is just enough to level up. In addition, because he was a rampaging orc, burning up the countryside, we'll gain 1 reputation for ridding the world of this problem. Draw back up to our hand limit. And our new card is Mana Draw. Arithia will draw her last card, so next turn she'll declare end of round. I forgot to go ahead and give myself the level up token, because I got my stats increased. So we got 3 armor now. We have 2 command tokens, so we should probably try to recruit some units here. But let's see what we've got in our hand and on the board. Still have a wound. We do have this powerful influence card. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Let's recruit those familiars since we're standing in the magical glade. And that'll let us heal this other wound out of our hand if we stay here this turn. Okay, so let's go ahead and... So, the familiars cost 6. Here, I'll just get them out so we can see them. And we can see that they can be recruited in the magic glades. They're pretty unique in that matter. Okay. So we want to use Ruthless Coercion. That's worth 2 influence. And we get a discount of 2 towards the cost of recruiting 1 unit. So that's basically 4. But it's also going to give us a -1 reputation, because we're kind of threatening the guy into doing it. So now we need 2 more. And we'll go ahead and use... Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll use gold mana from the source to go ahead and power this up, giving us influence 6 and reputation -1. So that's going to damage our reputation automatically. But that'll give us enough to hire the magic familiars. We also have to pay 1 crystal, so these guys are kind of unique in that fashion as well. And I will use Mana Draw to grab a blue crystal, or sorry, a blue die from the source. Mana Draw lets us take an extra die from the source and use that to pay for these guys. And I'll denote that with a blue crystal. So now they can give us block 7. Okay, and we'll go ahead and end our turn here, since we've gone ahead and taken an action by recruiting these guys. And we'll refresh the source dice, giving us green and 1 depleted black die. We'll clean these cards up. Our wound heals because we're still standing on the magic glade. And we'll draw back up to 5. Our improvisation, tranquility, and Promise. And these guys will go into our first command token. Arithia goes ahead and declares end of round. So Arithia is declared end of round, so this will be our last turn. So here's what our hand looks like. We've got an influence card, a healing card, improvisation, which can be used for anything, determination, which is a combination / blocking card, and swiftness, which can be used for movement or ranged attack. So here's our position on the board. We could either go after these orcs out here in the middle of this swamp, which might not be the best idea, or we can try to get through this forest while still daylight, and get over and explore into this area, which I think we're going to go ahead and do. So we'll need 5 movement, 3 to get into the forest, and 2 to explore the next tile, which this card right here can give us perfectly. So we'll go ahead. Oh, we can't power it up though. Well, we'll do this. We'll use improvisation. Actually, we've got 2 cards left in our deck. Let's go ahead and use, this is our last turn. Let's go ahead and use Tranquility, power with green mana from the source. Let us draw these last 2 cards. We've got Stamina and Swiftness. Okay, so we need 5 movement. We'll play our Stamina card. That will give us 2 movement, and we'll go ahead and use our Familiar's ability for 3 more movement. That's 5 movement, and we can go and reveal the next map tile. A lake-heavy tile. Okay. Oh, we should have moved right here. Okay, this is going to go in right there. We reveal a old hag, which will go rampaging right there, blocking our entry into this tile. There's the guardian to the mage tower. Ooh, and the ruins are an artifact blocked by a gray and a brown enemy. So can we defeat that hag? Well, we've got enough block if we just play these 2 cards. That'll give us block 3, and then we need to deal 5 damage. I could do with improvisation if I could power it up, but unfortunately I already took a die from the source. Oh, doy. Forgot I had my ability. Okay, that's what we'll do. Okay, so we're going to challenge the hag as our action for the turn. So we cannot defeat her in ranged combat, so she's going to attack us for 3. We will play, move these out of the way. We'll play Determination for block 2. We'll play this card sideways for block 1. So there's 3 blocking her attack. Then we need to deal 5. Oh. We'll use our ability to flip this down for 4 attack. And we'll just play this card sideways for 5th attack, defeating the hag. For defeating the hag, we gain 3 experience. I'm sorry, 3 fame, putting us from 8 to 11. And we gain a reputation, putting us at positive reputation. So let's go ahead and clean up our turn here. We don't need to reroll this because this is the end of the round. Take all of our cards, put them in our discard pile, and now we'll go ahead and refresh the round. So we can flip our skill back up. We can reactivate our familiars, and they demand more crystals, so we'll give them the only one we have, our blue crystal, keeping them block powerful. And we'll shuffle these up and draw our new hand. Here's what our new hand looks like. Crystallize, March, Stamina, Ruthless Coercion, and Tranquility. We'll go ahead and refresh all the offers. Arithia will gain a green card, a green crystal, which is unfortunate. We'll refresh the unit offer. Guardian Golems, Utim Crossbowmen, and Guardian Golems. The new card in the Advanced Action offer, Crystal Mastery. And at the Monastery, they're currently teaching us the Art of the Peaceful Moment. And our new spell is Charm. Night has fallen, and the source looks like 2 blues and a white.